I'm gonna take a quick look and unpackage a new product from Paizo for their Pathfinder role-playing game. This is a Rise of the Runelords pawn collection, and it's basically just cardboard stands for all the characters and monsters in the Adventure Path Rise of the Runelords. You can see you get a list here of everything that comes in it. You get multiples of some of them. They're kind of categorized by size. This is just kind of a cheaper alternative to if you don't want to buy, metal or plastic miniatures and assemble them and paint them up, or even the pre-painted plastics, which I do have a fair bit of those. They just not too long ago released a set based on Rise of the Runelords, the second pre-painted set Paizo came out with, but you're looking at about $300 to $400 retail, I think, and this is $15.99 retail. So if you buy it online, you can get it cheaper. If you have a discount at your local hobby shop, you may get it a little cheaper. But it does not come in a box, so you would have to find some way to store this, some Plano or a little tackle box or something. Looks like it's 8 sheets of cardboard punch outs. It does not come with a stand. It clearly states that on the packaging. Read it out here. This product does not include bases. It is intended for use with the bases found in the Pathfinder RPG bestiary box. So they do have a bestiary box. I haven't gotten that yet. The next time I do an order for games, I'll probably toss that in there. And I believe they're just little plastic stands. I have a bunch of stands from Fantasy Flight games like Arkham Horror that might work, but I believe the stands that come in the bestiary box are size appropriate for the monster. So they'll actually be the small base, a large base, and a huge base. I don't know how many stands come in the bestiary box. Like I said, I don't have it yet. So you can look, you get a white sheet here, and you have a bunch of medium creatures on here. Just looking real quick, you got a couple of NPCs there. Just try to get a little closer. Let's see. You can kind of see. So that's one of the NPCs, and you get most of these figures in the Rise of the Runelords pre-paints. I noticed a few here you don't get. It looks like you get enough of the pawns, like you have a Goblin Dog, and you get 4 Goblin Dog pawns here, and I believe that's the most you would have in any particular encounter in the Rise of the Runelords Adventure Path. But you can see they look like they're numbered and color coded. So you have 4 Goblin Dogs here, but you have a purple, an orange, a blue, and a green, and they're all the number 17. But you have a few of the named characters that don't come in the Rise of the Runelord pre-paint miniatures. I notice you have a Clockwork Librarian here. I don't believe that's in that set. I don't believe the Jorimandus guy is in the set. You have a little kind of dwarven white here that's not in the set. Kind of a mutated. Just some things that wouldn't, I guess, be of much use outside of that. You see, that's one that's not in the pre-paints. You get these next three in the pre-paints. You get stone giants in the pre-painted miniatures, but you get two different variants. So this is a female stone giant. They are two-sided, the same thing. So looks like you had 3 ghouls on that sheet too. Looks like you get a couple of sin spawn on this sheet. Looks like you get 6 sin spawn axemen. That is the one thing about the pre-paints. I got a case of them. I do have video showing where I open them up. And getting multiples of the commons, you usually get past about 3. So stuff like the sin spawn axemen, unless you bought a case or more, or you either bought them individually and the price on them is really high on the secondary market. You can see you have an Etten here. The sin spawn are the same thing. They all have a different color to them, so it's a little easier to differentiate who's who. So you got some multiple skin saw cultists here. They looks like, and you get a lot of NPCs in the pre-paints, but this looks like it catches all the NPCs and the bad guys here. So far, we're getting to some of the larger ones here. Looks like we have some sort of troll looking thing. We have a headless lord, a frost giant, a forge fiend, which you get in the pre-paints. You have some spiders here, large spiders, some dire bears, some hill giants, and Lamia. You can see they have some nice artwork to them. You have a couple more Lamias here, I believe. The numbers look to be pretty good for most of the encounters that you would come into. I don't remember the exact numbers offhand, but the number of punch outs you get look to match up pretty good. It's like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ogres on this sheet. And another ogre on one of the other sheets, one of the named characters. You got a couple of stone giants, a named stone giant, a Lamia matriarch. Looks like we get a few more stone giants here. This looks like it's maybe a named stone giant. Some trolls, some yeti. I know they're hard to get model even out of the pre-paints without buying them on the secondary market. They a dragon, a couple of wyverns. Have some of the small ones here, like little carrion storms, some kobolds, some goblins, a goblin on a mount, a little ghoul there. We have a couple of huge miniatures here. I really don't like the cloud giant out of the pre-paint, so you get 3 cloud giants there. And I believe maybe that's not enough for that doesn't seem like it's enough for the one of the encounters, but I see some other giants in there you could probably proxy at least. They're storm giants, so they're close to the same thing. But you also have a Lamia Hungerer, and it's kind of a big slime know, spawn looking thing. And these they really seem to lack huge and gargantuan models in a lot of the pre-paint ranges. So it's nice to have something to represent that on the tabletop. You also have another Lamia, but this is a named one, it looks like. You have a Ling Spider, another huge model. You get 3 of those. You have a Seer. And then you have some hounds and some swarms and some more goblins. Looks like we have another kind of spider, a Scarlet Walker, and then here's 3 more huge giants you could use. They could easily be proxies for whatever kind of huge giant you needed. And you got some more rat swarms and some Yeth hounds. So the only really big thing missing from this is gargantuan models, and there's even less of those than the huge ones. So that would be, if memory serves, in Rise of the Runelords there's 2 or 3. I know you have the Rune Giant, which you can get in the pre-paints, and but he is expensive. And then you have there's a big tentacle type, octopus type monster somewhere in the encounter, and that's a gargantuan, I believe. And I believe there's maybe in the last 6th adventure, the adventure path, there's another gargantuan model that escapes my thing. So you still get a pretty good bit of coverage with these. Like I said, they're nice and they're cheaper. They're not a huge investment. The pre-paints can eat up a lot of your funds, especially if you got a budget for the gaming. But this is the Rise of the Runelords Pawn Collection. I will try to get that the RPG Bestiary box and see what's in it at some future point, and take a look at the bases and see how they work with this too.